We're back on the podcast. Pop.
Is it on?
Yes, podcast is hard to rhyme with. I've been trying to get into freestyle rap recently.
Podcast, drive fast. There, I done it immediately. It was so easy.
Drive fast.
Yeah, podcast, drive fast.
But you don't want to do a multisyllabic where it goes like...
For no fucking Eminem here.
God,
right?
Gonna find God fast. God fast. There we go.
Yeah, podcast will God last.
Will God last?
In bed.
God last.
Yeah,
what
will
does that
God
mean?
last.
Will God last?
Yeah. So you could say...
And you're referencing Nietzsche at the same time as freestyle rap.
Should we kill podcast, will God last? There you go. Multisyllabic, class, 10 out of 10 rap.
Do you think if I give you a topic, you could like rap about it? Should I drop a beat?
Give me a topic.
A topic? Okay,
Yeah.
I think can you do a rap about Napoleon?
I mean, Napoleon's a tough word to start off with. That's a real nasty thing to have me try to start rapping on. I thought you were going to say cup, and I could have done that. There's a cup, don't look up. I like rubbing a pup.
You like rubbing a pup?
Yeah. Puppy. Your mammy
Your
is
mummy.
fat.
You do rhymed puppy and mammy?
Yeah, because they both end in E. What? I'm killing it. That's not good. They do both end in E.
The top of the rap game?
Puppy, mammy, Sammy, Grammy.
Grammy, yeah.
There
you
you
might
go.
win a Grammy for some of these
Grammy
raps.
winner. I'm not a sinner. Put your rubbish in the binner.
Dinner was there.
Ah, fuck.
Dinner was right
Dinner was right there. It's not that easy, but I am very talented at it. I am very good. I am very good at it.
I think we should write a rap for our next live show.
I would, man. I had one. I remember back in the day. I wrote rap in Boston. Because we were like feuding with another house of Irish lads. We were all just big groups of like 14 men.
You really lived the life of like someone who escaped Ireland during the famine.
Yeah. I guess I did, yeah, in a lot of ways.
For a bit of time. You just, whatever Irish people do, that's what you do. You know what I mean?
Did you? I am Irish. You do know that.
Yes, yeah.
So
but you
it all
just
adds
like,
up.
but it's like whatever, like, you know, you're what's her name? Saoirse Ronan in Brooklyn. You're a little lady on her way to New York.
Did she get pregnant in that film? Is that what happened?
Not that I remember.
Was she shagging around? Was there a whorishness there?
No. Saoirse Ronan's a lovely, beautiful woman.
No, I'm not saying in real life. I know she's waiting until marriage in real life, but I was seeing it in the film.
No, I don't remember the plot of Brooklyn other than that she went there and was sad and then somebody died.
Did she join Bad Boy Records or something? Was that it?
Yes.
Was she
Saoirse Ronan joined Bad Boy Records
in Brooklyn? And that was and she was one of Biggie's.
And she became Ice Spice.
Yeah. I keep seeing this picture of someone on the fucking underground in London. This just one of these stupid posters of like just the TFL, and then there's just a girl looking happy, and I'm like, is that Saoirse Ronan? It looks like Saoirse Ronan, but I'm like, she could not be doing a poster for the fucking train.
I think quite often what happens is when they book like models or actors to do those kind of like cheapo ads for shit things, they'll try and find like an actor who just looks like a really famous person.
Yeah.
So exactly that happens. You go, Jesus, is that whoever the fuck?
That's clever. It's clever on their behalf.
Yeah, and cheaper than getting Saoirse Ronan to do a TFL ad.
Yeah.
Don't eat smelly food. That was an ad for a while on the TFL.
Yeah.
Don't eat smelly food on the train.
Yeah, and they had that thing, of course, for a long time where they were like, don't stare at women.
That's still up. Staring is sexual harassment.
Yeah. And that's why you got to give it, just a little glimpse.
That's why I wear sunglasses on the tube.
You got to exercise your glimpsing skills.
We've spoken about this before. You got to be glimpsing.
Glimpse, glance. You know what I mean? Just fucking peeping. A little peep. A little pop. Whoop. Just look at women and literally
not
just
leering. That's the difference between a peep and a lear.
No, you just do a little pop and go, woo! And then you look away.
Oh, yeah!
Yes! You got quite a nice pair of shoulders. And then you run away. And then you run away to the other end of the train and start wiggling your bum.
Isn't it fun? Do you know that like covering your shoulders thing at like religious buildings?
Yes.
Like, are you allowed like tits out if you just have like a shawl around there?
If you've your shoulders covered.
Yeah, because I don't know what do they think was going to happen with the shoulders? Is that that Beyonce move?
No, they just think because they think it'll cause a moral disturbance.
Yeah, you're big on these.
Yeah, a moral disturbance.
But shoulders specifically?
Well, just in Italy, because sure, if you showed them your fucking bunions, they'd be fucking jizzing all over the walls. Do you know what I mean? They just can't handle any sort of
skin
on show, and they're just like, they just start fucking gyrating up against kind of crucifixes, and they're just the Italians. So you have it in you. I said that your sexual orientation is Northern Irish, is quite deeply repressed, and you need to explore. I think there will be a moment in your like maybe late 20s. I suppose you're already in your late 20s.
Arguable,
but I think because I think you're probably gonna. I'll tell you, this isn't the best way. You're probably not gonna live that long because.
Wait, what the fuck?
Well, it's like, you know the way that like the universe is expanding, and at some point it's gonna break, and it's like your head's expanding, and at some point it's just gonna. Do you know what I mean? Just gonna.
Wait,
yes.
I've heard. I know that the universe is expanding post Big Bang, but at some point it's going to break. Is what you've heard?
The universe.
Yeah.
At some point it'll just be expanding, and then it'll just go. And then we'll all be just kind of...
What the fuck YouTube documentary have you watched about space?
I don't know who I heard talking about this. I think Hawkins was yapping on about it there at some point when he was getting sucked off on an island. Yeah. It's going to break. Oh. But I was just thinking, like, because you're number one, far older than me,
yes, and far less healthy.
Yeah, but I have an essence, a spirit, a warmth that's going to carry me through to old age, whereas you are kind of...
How is your spirit and warmth going to carry you through to old age?
Well, see, I wouldn't expect you to understand because you don't have either. But you are 27, but really, I would say I have a longer life expectancy than you.
I'd love to both go to a doctor and find out our life expectancy.
We can do it.
Can we do a life expectancy quiz?
There's a quiz on there?
There'll be quizzes. There'll be a life expectancy quiz. When am I going to die? God, maybe don't search that on Google.
This is the biggest fucking time wasting exercise of you. You love finding like a quiz or some kind of way to just fucking waste time with silly games.
What the fuck do you think podcasts are?
It's a serious discussion about life, death, and love.
Well, this is about both life and death.
Right.
And I love Googling stuff.
I know you love Googling stuff. You're a little fucking...
But these are the facts. You're just positing hypotheses all over the place. I'm about boots on the ground, science, figuring out who's going to life expectancy more.
But your science is just a desperate attempt for fucking humanity to make sense of stuff. Science is a load of fucking bollocks as well. No one knows anything.
I think some people know
No,
things.
they don't know. Nobody, and listen to me on this, nobody, I'm talking now or ever, has ever known anything. We haven't a clue what's going on. We can only see what our little fucking stupid human eyes can see. There's fucking ghosts and aliens in the room right now. We don't even know it. We know absolutely nothing.
There's ghosts and aliens in the room right now.
Yeah.
And can you see them?
There's an intergalactic goat playing the cello in the corner. We just can't see it.
And you've just decided that because like dogs can see colours that we can't see.
Exactly.
And therefore there must be...
There's a million things going on. There's a hippo getting sucked off by a giraffe from 1802. We can't see. Time doesn't exist. It's all a big fucking hoopla. Nobody knows anything.
But what's the point in like... Surely what we perceive is just what is. Functionally.
Yeah, what's it? You're kind of saying I think therefore I am. Is it this kind of thing?
No, but close.
Yeah. No, we can functionally, there's a guitar, there's come along.
Yeah, so like functionally, what's the point of like even discussing anything that might be there that doesn't have any effect on us?
Well, functionally, I've never thought about being functional in my life. I've not. I don't want to be talking about
no
anything
interest
useful.
In functionality.
Practicality and usefulness to me are cruel mistresses that I would rather not get in bed with. I like to think abstractly and in ways that are completely useless to anyone else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I think we need some people doing that.
You need just someone who's just a full-time time waster, both to themselves and others.
But you were having to go at me for time wasting for getting our life expectancies up.
Well, I don't want to waste the listeners' time. I want to waste kind of more kind of universal time
But that's because you are currently winning the argument by just saying that you won the argument, whereas I want to put it to the test.
Did you find a quiz? A life expectancy quiz?
Yeah, they're all a bit kind of American and functional, but
So
can do.
they're American, so they're stupid.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at.
They're a stupid quiz, come along. Right, well, let's hit it.
Let's hit it. Okay, so question one.
Well, they're all just like age, weight, shit like that. Really boring.
Right, well, okay, I'll still go for it.
Okay, right. Gender, male, race.
Oh,
white.
Well, don't assume, please.
Sorry.
But
Age,
Age 27, baby.
27.
27 and a
Weight
half.
in
27,
pounds.
way more than half. Nearly 28. You can even put 28 on there and I'll still beat him.
28.
Weight in pounds.
I think I'm about 185, 186.
I think I can tell from here he's 200.
Height.
Whatever Kamaru Usman fights at, that's what I'm at.
Height, 5'11", 5'10".
Hey, whoa, six.
No, you're
Put a
not
6
6
there.
foot, lad.
Put a 6
5'10".
there.
Put 5'10" down. He's a little
Put a
weak
6
man.
there.
No.
I'm 6 foot tall.
You're
You
not
know-
6 foot
Oh,
tall.
God, I'm
Would
6
you
foot tall.
He said 5'10". He was right. You're a little short fucker. You little short,
6
fat
foot
Italian
tall.
cunt.
You're 6 foot
6
2.
foot.
And 6 foot. I'm 6 foot.
You're not 6 foot.
The taller are the shorter life expectancy. College graduate. Yep. Marital status. Never married.
No, he's a single
Currently
man.
working or retired.
Working hard.
Annual income.
Over Brandy told me yesterday in a message because he said he has to register for VAT because he said you have to do that. It's over
registering for
grand.
VAT, and I was like, yeah, but you know, you just have to pay it.
Yeah, I didn't understand anything you said about that. VAT is really ruining my life.
Yeah.
They're taking it off of like when I'm getting paid, like in my ticket sales, they say 20% VAT. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is that? And then I have to pay more tax on the rest of it. Are you joking me? Why would I do that? I have a big problem with VAT at the minute. I have such a bone to pick with VAT. VAT is robbing me out the fucking wazoo. What even is it?
Yeah.
What is VAT? We will not.
It's value
Put it
added
in.
tax.
He told me yesterday in a message, he's like, oh, he's bragging about me. Now,
I wasn't. You were asking
were.
my advice, and I gave you frank answers, and you just immediately got angry.
I didn't like it. Now, VAT, I want to know. Come along.
This is why Mike doesn't have a card for the business account for the podcast, which you've only just set up.
Do you have a card for the business account to the podcast?
It just arrived. We got our first ever card. It doesn't have any money
When
on
am I
it.
getting paid?
When
When am I getting money? I'm
As soon
starting to think it's all a conspiracy. Come along and fucking fathead here. You're conspiring to keep Mike in the gutter, keep Mike poor. This is going to be a documentary made about how you screwed me out of my fortune.
This is the title sequence.
Pair of pigs. Fuck's sake. I'm going to end up like fucking like old and rickety and shit, like on some documentary being like, I thought he was my friend. Yeah, nasty. I always knew about Cumlong though, I'll say. I always knew he was up to no good.
Are you Marley from A Christmas Carol?
Marley, wait, who's he's one of the people that Scrooge fucking did in.
Yeah, and he's there in the chains, and he says, visits him.
Because they were the old business partners.
Yeah,
Yes!
and he fucked them over.
Oh, lad, if I died, the haunting you're
You're
going to get
Marley,
is
and
going to
I'm
be...
Scrooge.
Lad.
But I get a big duck at the end.
Huh?
I get a big duck
You get
at
a
the
big
end.
fucking duck at the end. So who really
And that's
wins?
the moral of the story.
Yeah.
Be Scrooge, because you get a big duck at the end.
Be an absolute shithead your whole life, and then
and have a nightmare.
yeah, and then
Like
have
just one nightmare.
one nightmare, kind of say sorry for things, and you get a big fucking duck at the end. But that is a great thing about like kind of religion, and of course that story would have been written with a kind of Christian ethos in mind. But sure, you can just be whatever you want,
And then say souls.
and then just at the end, just be like, I'm so sorry, I'm really sorry, and then they're like, come
Repent.
on, then,
Repenting is so piss.
huh?
Repenting is so easy.
Yeah,
The mess is always worth the cleanup. If all you have to do is be like, oh, fuck.
right.
Sorry,
yeah.
mate.
Lad.
Sorry, God. Whoopsie. Didn't mean it.
Oops.
Classic me.
Imagine you started acting the bollocks up in heaven. Imagine you're in heaven and you just started like kind of running scams and just generally kind of shagging people's wives and stuff. I wonder, would you just like immediately, they'd be like, what are you doing, lad? You
Can
can't
you
be
sin in
serious."
heaven? I guess the question is, do we take our sinful tendencies all the way up to heaven, or do we become a more enlightened version of ourselves? And is that the true heaven?
Or you're just kind of like, I think because I was talking to my aunt at the weekend, and then she was like, she believes in heaven. And then I was like, what do you think that'll be? And she'll just be like kind of like, just like blissful energy. You're kind of like you're like a tree or a stone.
Well, because that's the question, is it? Because like often, like if you have nothing to do and you're quite happy, then there's just like an internal sense of like, oh fuck, I should be doing something. You know, if you have a day off,
yeah,
you say, oh fuck, I should be doing. You know,
yes,
this constant want to like have problems to solve. If that was gone, then you could just sit there, and you wouldn't actually need activities in heaven.
Well, lad, think about how happy a tree is. You've never met a really sad tree.
There's only a weeping willow. That's a sad tree.
Yeah, but that's kind of more like a goth tree. But it's
happy with its sadness.
It's still happy. It's just like, where are you? I'm so sorry. I think of you. Well, it's something, isn't it? Pop punk, whatever. Shut up. There was a darkness there. The nails were painted. I
believe in a thing called love.
The darkness.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah, I like how well you knew the words.
They are genuinely, if you look up, Google that right now.
On genius.com.
Yeah, lad. But what was I going to say? But think about being if you were a fucking tree, lad. And I admit, so far this podcast has been one of the biggest gobbledygook ones of all time. So I hope that
I thought we've really cut to the core. Quite a lot of good stuff.
But if you're a tree, like, just think about, you're alive, but you're not fucking, like, a tree is never like, does my fucking, do I have acne, or do people think I'm, stupid or anything? They're just there, they're alive, they're breathing in and out CO2, they're growing towards the light, but all they are is just, unreal, sick existence.
Is it the lack of self-awareness? Because animals have that, don't they? Animals don't know that they are.
A pigeon hasn't it? Well, actually, I'm starting to think pigeons now really do know. I
have
know
a sense of self.
I was in a pret the other day. They're being so emboldened, the pigeons, at the minute, and I don't know what's gone on, but they've had a little fucking meeting where they're like, do you know what? Humans are bitches and they're not going to do shit to us.
That's London pigeons. They're terrifying.
Yeah.
And I think they've started to spread the word amongst the communities.
Of like different cities and stuff. There was just a pigeon just sitting in the fridge in Pret, just like beside a sandwich, just being like, I was like, the fucking balls on this pigeon. Didn't give a fuck. It was just like, I'm a sandwich now. No, you're not. You're a pigeon. I can clearly see you're a pigeon.
I would have taught it a lesson.
Huh?
I would have scooped it up, paid for it with a meal deal, and eaten the fucker.
I mean,
you want to be a sandwich?
Yeah.
We'll see about that.
I'll be dead honest. I would love to catch one and just bite his head off in front of all his friends.
And do you think they would never come near you again?
And then just spit his head out and then be like, yeah, what did you think was going to happen if you kept fucking with humans?
I do get quite like, when they just keep coming towards you, I get a bit like, ugh.
I'm afraid of birds. I don't like them. I don't like the way their little fucking tiny heads. There can't be much of a brain in there.
No.
Right? At least with you, I know there's got to be. You're an anti-pigeon. You're the furthest thing from a pigeon I've seen. Big, massive head. At least you know there's something fucking going on in there. A few monkeys clattering something. These little size of their little heads.
Such small heads. I can't relate.
And they love to shit. And they love nothing more to shit on things.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? What is it with them? Every one of them has diarrhea. Every single fucking bird is just... Their whole life is just... They're like the Luftwaffe. The fucking... Like the German fucking plane just over London. Just...
Yeah, just shitting everywhere.
Just shitting everywhere on everyone.
It is quite a lot, isn't it?
I had one shit on me there about 2 weeks ago. Just fucking... As I was going down, just down this... Just right there on my cheek.
You got shot on by a ball on your face?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the video? Is it Jermaine Pennant? The bird shits in his mouth while he's playing football.
In his mouth.
It's awful. Get it up. Footballer gets mouth shot on.
There's some kind of older rich fellas that'd pay for something like that, but still.
Yeah, Saudi Arabian type stuff, that is.
Yeah. I never got that.
No, they want to shit on the white lady, I think, is the white prostitute sex worker lady.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, it's awful. Come along, just watch the bird shit in the mouth. It's one of the worst videos ever. It's so gross.
Let's get a fucking close in. So the... Oh! Oh! Lad, he doesn't skip a beat either. Fucking hell.
Ashley Young, by the way, I can remember who it was. Ashley Young.
No, they're both black. It was tough, wasn't it? Tough to know who's who, isn't it? Isn't it hard to know that they're different? God, you're a scumbag.
I had a near shit myself at the weekend after recording my special.
All right.
I think I was so fucking violently nervous. We went for KFC after a couple of pints after the recording.
After the special wash.
Yeah. And I like to gather napkins.
You do.
Yeah.
That'd be the autism, would it? Would it?
No, I think that's just me.
That you like to gather napkins.
Yeah.
And what?
Like everywhere I go, I've always have a pocket full of napkins from different, like Leon, Costa, Pret,
right,
W.H. Smith.
Yeah. Okay.
These types of places.
Yeah, as we all do, you know.
They're just useful to have sometimes. You know, why are you buying tissues? You get them free everywhere.
Yeah, no, you're dead
so
right.
I always have a pocket full of napkins. And they
you,
came to my aid. After KFC, I went for a wee in an alleyway. And I so nervous, or like had a couple pints. I did.
But this was after the special.
Yeah.
So what are you nervous about now?
No, but I think it was the release of nervousness, and I did a little short.
So you're pissing out the nerves.
I did a little short while I was
in the alleyway.
Pissing. Did you see this?
I was wondering why you were gone so long.
Yeah. I had to wipe my ass.
Whoa! You shit yourself in an alleyway.
But I had a pocket full of napkins, so I used like all 30 napkins I had in my pocket to wipe my ass.
Oh. What? So did you wipe?
Apologies to the Airbnb in Glasgow, which has a fucking shitty pair of boxers.
So did you wipe your arse in the alley, like just on site?
Yeah. I didn't pull the trousers down. I just got fistfuls of napkins and went into my trousers. Yeah.
You did it in the alleyway.
Yeah, I didn't want shit on my ass.
I mean, the thing is, like, you are in Glasgow, so when in Rome, if you're going to shit yourself in an alleyway, you might as well do it where they do it best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just a release of all the stress and tension, and my body started to fall apart after the special. Basically, like I was mentally holding back a sty for about 2 weeks before the special, just going no, and then the day before I went
as a Japanese man,
no,
you stay back, no, stay on my face.
Yeah, I was that. The Japanese guys in the forest who think World War II is still going on. That was me, just holding back a sty, and ironically, the eye thing.
Yeah.
It made me look more Japanese. But now, since the special's come out, it's just kind of all falling out of my head.
Oh, the sty is coming back there now.
Yeah, look at this.
Yeah.
Well, you've got one on you.
Shut up. This isn't about me. We're slagging you off now. All right?
But I shit myself a little bit in the street in Glasgow outside KFC.
Lad, KFC. I had fucking...
It was a horrifying feeling. I went, that was a weird fart. And then I went...
I had it like a while back when in my single days I was staying with a lady in Amsterdam, and
I think that's my first grown up shitting myself.
Yeah.
Wow. What a day. Recording your special and shitting yourself.
So it was a day of it was a very like you created a great piece of art, and then you created another great piece of art.
A great piece of short.
Nice. But I fucking last night, speaking of fucking...
Well, you've been on tour.
Food.
This is first ep since Mike's been on the road.
Is it though? Is this first since Mike been on the road?
Get that sheet up. It has the most recent episode on it as well.
Last night, lad, do you know what? I ate so much over the weekend. I was back in Ireland, and it's an Irish funeral, so you know the amount of
Yes,
food.
you said you were home for a funeral. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, that's all right. But you know the amount of food.
Sandwiches. Sandwiches out the wazoo.
Sandwiches, desserts. Because
you were eating like me in uni.
Lad.
Just nearly gone off sandwiches, flat out.
But these were good.
They were fresh.
Tasty sandwiches, fresh cream desserts everywhere, and you're around for hours. I ate seven or eight dinners in a day. Do you know what I mean? Like that amount of food. I was never hungry. For 3 days, I didn't feel hunger once. Yeah. It was just food after food after food.
I love that shit.
Yeah.
That's been me a little bit since the special recording, because I was so like, gotta look good for the special, and now I have no motivation, so I'm just eating mad fucking loads of stuff.
Yeah, lad. The problem is when I do that, so 3 days of that, of just loading myself up, being an absolute dustbin, and then when I get back to civilian life, but I still now have the wants and needs of a man who eats 7 dinners a day.
Savage.
So like last night, like I was on the way back from like a gig, and I got food before the gig, so I was like, I don't want to eat too late. But then there's a McDonald's right across from my house, and it was like a little siren singing at me like, I am McDonald's.
They've recently changed the temperature on their grills.
Have they?
Yeah.
And what's
And they
that?
add onions to the burgers while they're grilling, not after.
And is that changing things for the better?
I don't know. I just watched a video about it. I haven't had McDonald's since I saw that video. But yeah, did you notice? Was it good?
Well, I got... So
what's your go-to McDonald's? Was it your go-to McDonald's?
I said it's late at night, so I better be healthy. So I said I'll just stick to the chicken nuggets. And I better not.
Isn't it so funny, the rationalizations we make?
And I'll just go for plainly protein and eat just good solid chicken breast. But so then you go in, but you don't notice McDonald's having an ingenious trap with the nuggets. So you go in, I'd say I'm going to get 6.
Did you make it a meal?
I get no. But they say 6 chicken nuggets, right? I'd say that's what I'm going to get. That's acceptable. I'll have that before bed, right? But then you look at the pricing scale. It's $4.20 for 6 chicken nuggets. I say, Then what is it? $5.20 for 9. So it's an extra £1 for another 3 nuggets. And I said, $5.99, you get 20 nuggets. For another $1.70, I get 14 more nuggets. I can't turn down that kind of deal. That's impossible. It's the art of the deal. It's Donald Trump. I can't. I am absolutely...
That is fucking crazy.
I'm cornered into getting 20 nuggets.
But you're a nug boy. You're a nuggets man. I'm a selects man.
No, I'm not.
The selects are proper.
Literally, I'm generally not a fucking, a nuggy head. That's not what I'm about.
No.
But I was trying to be healthy. And to me, nuggies, that's the healthy way to go.
We're really walking
carbs,
quite a fine line here, aren't we?
Do you know what I mean? No chips, no bread. It's just good, solid chicken breast, that have been made in a very ethical way. Good, solid.
Well, apparently KFC have been like growing chickens without heads, so they don't feel any pain, and then they get fat and they just make them into chicken, which I think is good.
Lad, I'm telling you, and this is what did I talk about earlier?
Pigeons,
the most
the small
nefarious
heads.
part of a bird is their stupid little head.
So if you just got rid of that, you'd be flying.
Get rid of the head. I'd like to get
Although
rid of their
not
arses
flying,
as well,
it's
if
chicken.
possible. Just have
The shit. But chickens don't. I've no awareness of what a chicken shit looks like, other than that's what people call people who are cowardly.
Think about an Irish rugby player in a big World Cup rugby game. Chicken shit. Noise! Oh, by the way, and I'm going to get back to the rest of this nugget story. I heard yet another story of the fucking deviant
Now, before this
scumbagishness.
happens, and yet another Irish rugby player has liked one of our videos, and I think you're all great lads and big
I
fans of
think
you.
you're utter scum, and no offence, you should have been drowned at birth. Now, you should be gathered up in a barn and burnt alive. My opinion. I couldn't believe it. I've heard so much messages of support from my views on the Irish rugby team. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, because everybody's cowardly.
Story after
Everybody's foolish.
Story after
These are heroes. These are heroes.
If these are heroes, I wouldn't like to see who the fucking villains are. I tell you that for a fact. Now, story after story of their fucking treachery,
Their triumph,
their wretchedness, their vile
their kind-heartedness,
essence. So they
their
had
strong morals.
They came to a show in the International Comedy Club in Dublin. And
like lots of them?
yeah. Yeah. And they had like whatever, they had the comedians on, like a few, Shane Clifford, this or that. And apparently just utterly fucking obnoxious. They said one of the lads threw a fucking pint down the stairs at another one of the lads, like, oh, nice one, huh? Smashed glass. They were inside just shouting through everyone's act, like, fucking nice one. Just utter wretched scum. And I was there listening because one of the girls that works in the comedy club was telling me, and I was there just rock hard as I telling me more stories of these wretched men. These
I think what happens is, I think there's a lot of
sadists. They're sadists.
I think there's a lot of pretenders.
No,
I think there's a lot of pretenders walking about Dublin, just big lads who say they played for Ireland.
How much evidence do you need to turn your back?
This is hearsay. This is hearsay.
On these sadistic
it's all
bullies.
hearsay. They're great lads, and I'm such a big fan. You're all welcome at my Vicar Street show.
I tell you one
I'll
thing.
see you there. But don't be heckling. I don't like that.
You're fealty to.
That's not a word.
It is. And it means kind of like loyalty to like a crown or like loyalty to monarchy or something. But it's actually a wonderful word. And those who know are thinking to themselves right now, Mike used the word fealty there and that was beautiful.
Patrick Fealty.
Patrick Fealty. Yeah, that's what they call him after.
Is it a word?
That's what they call him.
Did he get the definition right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The state of owing one's service to a king, queen, or other ruler.
Yes, so good. And you've a fealty to these Irish
Heroes,
to
to the great lads,
to these morally corrupted, steroid-induced fucking beefcakes, South Dublin beefcakes that you've fucking pledged your seedy allegiance to, and it makes me sick.
He did really well on the whole words thing, and then you said pledged.
Pledged. No! Fuck! Oh, a nasty misstep. But lad, so anyway, last night I was forced to buy 20 chicken nuggets by the McDonald's pricing system.
By the McDonald's Corporation.
And it was so, it's such a nasty thing. But then with the 20 nuggets, you get 4 dips, right? So I was like, good God.
What dips do you go for? There's only one option at McDonald's, in my opinion.
Right, well, I've gone for, I have to
You went for a selection?
Of course I did. Yeah. So I got 2 sweet curry dips.
Great.
Nice.
Great.
Then I got a barbecue. And then I got ketchup. The ketchup was a mistake. Now
you can get ketchup anywhere. You can't be getting ketchup out.
You're dead right. And I made a mistake.
And the barbecue is fine.
Yeah, the barbecue.
But you should have gone all curry.
I probably should have. And the curry was, to be honest, it was the star of the show. Once I got home,
yep.
And I was humiliated picking up the ketchup at the desk. Even the guy was like, "Why would you get?" I was like, "Don't ask me." I panicked. Right. I didn't even mean to get.
Did you ask for extras?
No.
You can always blag some extra sauces out of a McDonald's.
You can, but you
worker.
don't need more than 4 dips. I mean, it's already, you're like the fucking, like the Emperor of Rome here with this embarrassment of food and riches. 20 nuggets. Good Lord, it was.
You need more dips. The more nuggets, you need more dips, because McDonald's nuggets solo are a waste of time.
Look, I'm not going to argue with you on that one. We're not going to have sausage roll part 2 here. I don't want the little nugget without its sauce, right? Without its little glass of wine.
Without its best bud curry.
Now, I go back anyway. Big thing at 20 nuggets. This is now 11:30 at night. I'm sitting here with 20 nuggets and 4 dips. Now,
and this is post-show.
This is post-show. These dips now, they've a lot of sugar in them, everything. So, there's sugar and salt on there. And I'm watching this show, Shogun. Have you heard about this?
Yeah, I've watched a bit of it, and I'm really struggling to get into it.
You wouldn't understand it. It's all about honor.
It's largely in Japanese.
What?
It's largely in Japanese. That'd probably be part of the reason I don't understand it.
Yeah, no, but I understand the tenets of the show of honor, discipline.
The white guy in it used to be or probably still is, one of my favorite singers.
Oh, yeah.
Cosmo Jarvis.
He comes across like a big stupid brute in the show.
No, he's got a heart of gold.
He does actually. He's actually quite warm-hearted. He's a singer boy.
Yeah, he's brilliant.
Is he?
Really good. He's featured quite heavily in my pre-show playlist.
No way.
Yeah.
Your current pre-show playlist. Okay.
He hasn't done singing in a while, but he's been my favorite singer since I was about 15.
Yeah. I'm going to have to assume that he's not very good.
He's brilliant. Because every song's basically a different genre.
You're up for it? You agree with that?
Yeah.
He's really good. And I remember trying to work out how I could go see him when I was living in Belfast. And the easiest way, or the only gig that he was playing at Boardmasters Festival, which is in Devon or Cornwall. And
all the biggest acts play Boardmasters.
Well, he's from Devon, so he's nearby. It's kind of vaguely local to him. But Boardmasters is a cool festival. It's lots of surfing and music festival. It's all cool stuff. And that seemed to be the easiest one. Or I was looking to get tickets when I was 17 or 18, and it was a complete nightmare to get. You ever tried to get to Cornwall from Belfast?
No. Why would I have ever tried to do that? No, I have not. Good question, though.
It seemed like the easiest way to do it was to get the boat to Wales and then go around like that. It's so because there's nowhere to fly to. You maybe fly to Bristol, but you can't get flight from Belfast to Bristol. And then it's fucked. It's impossible, so I never did it. And then I eventually saw him at a gig in Islington at the Angel, and it was class. I went with my friend Jack and my friend Jess, and I got a picture with them afterwards. And I said, this is when I was 19 maybe.
Are Jack and Jess together?
No.
They broke up?
They weren't ever together.
They couldn't make it work?
There was never an inkling of that happening.
Jack was too afraid. Jess was too intimidating.
Jack's? No.
She had big boobies and that wasn't his thing.
None of this is true.
No? It's cool to guess.
You're just taking swings.
I'm just taking swings. Jess played the violin?
Nope.
No?
She's a lighting technician.
Jack got in fights when he was drunk?
Nope. That's the other Jack I lived with in uni. He was from Tyrone.
Jack was like very buff, but quite sensitive.
Nope.
Oh, there's nothing I said right.
No.
Did you ever kiss Jess?
Yeah, once.
Oh, I knew I'd get there. On the mouth or the bum? Mouth or bum?
Right.
Quick. 3, 2, 1. Mouth or bum?
Right.
Mouth. All right.
Good God.
What? I don't know where you choose to kiss people. You're quite an unorthodox man. I don't know. I know where Cumlung would have went for. He's hovering around. He's on all fours. I see him like a dog sniffing at people's bums. Anyway, don't think I don't know. You've got like this Franciscan monk haircut going on. And if you weren't such a good-looking lad, it'd be a complete disaster, surely. This is what good-looking people can do.
You do look a bit like Simple Jack from Tropic Thunder.
A little bit.
That was the goal. Yeah.
Yeah. You're pulling it off.
And what's the thing they say in that movie?
Thread.
What's the thing they say about Simple Jack in that movie?
That he has severe mental difficulties. Are you talking about
They never go full retard.
Well, that's what Robert Downey Jr. says about his about Ben Stiller's character.
Yeah.
And this is while he is in blackface.
They go, Forrest Gump, retarded, good at table tennis. You never go full retard.
So good. There's so many things in that movie would not be
but
flying
it's
today.
Brilliant.
Oh, yeah,
it's so brilliant.
It's amazing.
Oh,
yeah.
blackface is great.
Yeah, I remember there's a point where Jack Black's character, like some kind of explosion, just goes and it's like slow motion. And he's just like, my ass. It's amazing.
It's so funny. Is it time for an ad read?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
We're back in the ad game, baby.
Yeah.
Yet again.
Here we go.
Another ad where they haven't given us a script, so we just have to kind of go for it.
Right.
And believe in the product.
And I'm already there. I think it's a wonderful piece of kit.
What's it called?
It's called the computer thing, the thing for your computer.
This episode is brought to you by NordVPN.
Ah, yes.
Virtual Portable Network. Is that what VPN stands for? I should really know that before doing the ad read.
Vicious pornographic
Virtual
nonsense.
private network.
Virtual Private Network. Okay.
It's private. You don't want to share things with people. You don't want people to know what you're doing, especially online.
Internet security is very important to Michael because he's looking up all sorts
of filthy little incestuous entanglements that I don't want other people to know about.
Whereas I'm buying secret presents for people and I wouldn't want them to be able to find out.
Yeah, but the secret presents are of a dirty nature to allow them to...
Enough of that.
Okay.
It says, have fun, do something you would enjoy yourself. Woo, go wild.
Yeah.
Make it personal. Oh yeah, I used NordVPN for the first time recently when I was in Ireland and I wanted to watch Celtic versus Rangers, and I have the Sky Sports subscription, but it didn't work in Ireland, and I was like, oh, bleep, bloop, bloop. My internet lives in England. There we go. And I was allowed to watch the football. Wasn't that great?
I wanted to watch Saddam Hussein being beheaded again, and I used it for the similar reason, and I found it just as good as the first time. Because this service is wonderful. Head clean off. And he was a tyrant, so he deserved it, a lot of people would say. What?
Number one, was he not hanged?
Oh, wait now, it could have been hanging actually. But I think I might have imagined that they took his head off. I think they did take his head off
Are
though.
you confusing Saddam Hussein's execution with ISIS beheadings?
Do you know what? It's all fun. It's all a good laugh. And you can get all of it using NordVPN. All that good stuff. What? You can. You can choose what. We are not the morality police or either a NordVPN. If you want to go and see some, justified violence, some would say.
It's easy to use. Connect with one click or enable auto connect for 0-click protection. You can set it up on your phone. It's cool. It gives you another button on your iPhone, which is good. We've got 6,200 plus servers in 111 countries. Change your virtual location easily. You can go on Netflix, find out what they have on Netflix in like Sweden.
Yes.
And places like this.
Yes.
Isn't that exciting? It's got amazing speed. NordVPN is one of the fastest VPNs out there.
Usain Bolt of VPNs.
Yep.
Is what I heard Tony Blair say about it.
One NordVPN account can be used on 6 devices. It supports every major platform: Windows, Android, iOS, macOS, Linux, and even Android TV.
Yes.
You can, for sports and entertainment, you can see if this is what I used it for. Safely access your favorite streams and other content from home, no matter where you go. Easily switch your virtual location to access apps and websites in other countries.
Stop going so fast, because you're going so fast because you don't want me to interject anything.
Yes.
And I don't think, because I'm actually going to help sell this better than you, because you sound like a drone, whereas I've got some pizzazz, right? You want to do some crime online. You don't want to be caught. Why would you want to be caught?
It's not for crime.
It's not for that, but if...
I think you should use it for good stuff. And I think that NordVPN should be used for good stuff, and that's good.
But good stuff can also be stuff that's not technically legal, but can make you a few pounds. Think Andrew Tate.
To get the best discount off your NordVPN plan, go to nordvpn.com/parenting. That's nordvpn.com/parenting. Our link will also give you an extra 4 months. You get 4 extra months for free on the 2-year plan.
4 extra months of the heavy videos.
There's no risk with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee.
That's a lot. That's too much time for that.
The link is in the podcast episode description box on both YouTube and in the podcast thing. Get the exclusive NordVPN deal at nordvpn.com/parenting. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-back money guarantee. PARENTING. The link is in the description.
But lads, remember, you heard it here. You can do whatever you want.
What's the point in setting up a business account? None of the there's no money. We're never going to make any money.
I told you we don't want to be corrupted by cash. We want to stay pure for the people.
A reminder to sign up to the Patreon.
We can't be bought.
Except by the people.
Huh? Except by the people. You can buy us, you can sell us, you can, put us in the window like a pig in the front of a butcher's.
Anyway,
yes.
I as a new kind of segment on the podcast that we're adding in, Mike recommended a film for me to watch, and I watched it. I watched Gladiator.
You watched Gladiator?
Yeah.
Now, think very carefully. I've got this pen, and I swear to God, I've just been waiting. It's either you or fucking Cumlung are getting stabbed today, because I feel that both of you are as smug as fucking two fucking little. You kind of there's a piousness to you now. You're like two nuns now that have just bet the shite out of a child. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You're too happy with yourselves. Mm-hmm. So go on. What did you think?
I feel like I don't have space to be honest right now.
Huh?
I don't feel like I'm in a safe space.
Well, you're reading the situation correctly. So do as you are coerced to do.
Can I borrow that pen?
Huh? No way. My stabbing pen.
No, I'm going to be.
I won't stab you.
I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
I fell asleep in the middle.
Yeah.
But then I watched it another time. Then skipped back and watched where I fell asleep from and watched that.
Okay.
I think it's a very you film.
A rich tapestry of the human condition.
No, just unbelievably basic hero's journey. Kind of, bad thing happened to good guy. Good guy eventually gets back and avenges the bad thing.
But what about Russell Crowe being, sexy and making nice speeches? What about that? What about him being best friends with the African guy? He didn't like that? He didn't like interracial friendships? I knew that'd be a problem for you, by the way. I knew you wouldn't like that.
Yeah. I think some of the direction has aged quite badly. It cuts a lot between shots at weird times, and it's all a bit fucking...
You didn't understand it. You found it hard to grasp.
No, I got it.
You didn't like that Joaquin Phoenix's character.
They wanted to fuck his sister?
No, that was the part that's fun. No. Is that not fun that he wants to though? Like it's a fun little wrinkle that his character is.
I liked Richard Harris.
Right. Okay.
He was great because I like him.
At the very start. Okay. Yeah. He's in it for literally 2 minutes.
That's before I fell asleep.
He's in it for 2 minutes at the start.
I fell asleep roughly when he died.
Okay. You liked it though just because he was also Dumbledore and you're like, oh, Dumbledore's here. Like that's why you liked it. I know that's why you liked it.
He was only briefly Dumbledore.
Like, I didn't know wizards was in this one. I didn't know there'd be any wizards.
But he was Marcus Aurelius, wasn't he? He's the Stoicism guy.
I think So I actually downloaded the audiobook of Marcus Aurelius Meditations.
I've got the Daily Stoic over there that helps with like kind of not getting quite so wound up about stuff. Maybe give it a borrow.
Maybe borrow it for the rest of your life.
Maybe read it every day forever.
So you didn't like it? Listen.
No, I did.
Right.
It's not the type of movie that I would normally watch. I'm not a big like action film guy.
Yeah, you're a cartoon animal guy. We know that.
I like weird, strange films. I've watched 3 films since the last episode.
What have
I
you
watched Gladiator gradually over the course of days and weeks.
Days, weeks, months, years. Right.
I watched Zone of Interest.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Fucking cracking. So good.
Brilliant.
Such
film.
a romp.
Yeah. So you didn't like Gladiator, did you? Because tell you why you didn't like it, because the king, the evil king gets killed, and you've this seedy little allegiance to hierarchy and power. Hence your little love of the Irish rugby team. But you liked Zone of Interest, all right, because there you don't see any real comeuppance for the bad guys in that, do you?
No, I guess not.
No.
But brilliant, like just so awful. Zone of Interest. Just horrifyingly horrifying.
Your one's a nasty piece of work, isn't she now?
Which
Sandra Huller.
She's a brilliant actor.
She's very good.
She's unreal. She was unreal in Anatomy of a Fall.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Oh yeah, she was robbed clean at the Oscars now. She could have got 2 of them.
Who got Best Actress?
Emma Stone.
I haven't seen that, to be fair.
More like Emma Pebble. It was lightweight.
Well, I mean, she was playing someone with a toddler brain, though.
Toddler brain who loved shagging. Yeah.
Okay.
Some people found it problematic.
Yeah, I've seen
Some people found it a lot of fun.
And also, although to retract my thing about action films, I watched Civil War recently. It's only out just now in the cinemas.
Now, I'm hearing a lot of people say that was dog shit.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Am I just wrong about films?
Yes, I told you that a million times. You haven't a fucking Scooby.
Are people giving that bad reviews?
That anyone I know who's seen it has said it was shite. Now, it had massive hype that it was going to be like really good and stuff, but I've heard people be very disappointed with it. Trusted friends of mine who are movie men, whereas you're kind of more a lightweight.
I'm becoming a movie man. I'm watching all sorts of stuff. I watched Gladiator just for you, and you're angry at me for it.
No, I'm not angry at you for it, but you've been putting it down.
Look, it's
and
fine.
You text me delighted with yourself. Yeah, I was like, watched Gladiator, fell asleep. Do you know what I mean? That's pissing my pocket. Imagine I went to some.
Is Gladiator one of your like favorite films?
No, it's not. I think Gladiator.
And Russell Crowe did look handsome, and he also has the kind of slightly Franciscan haircut.
Absolutely.
The whole way through. But I just think it's like, it's very predictable, story arc. Yay.
Gladiator's a film you love in your teens, or it's like, he does my name is Maximus Decimus Meridius.
Father to a mountain. The thing you do on stage.
Yeah, great. It's a lot of fun.
It was funny watching that, having seen you say it and not seen the film before.
Yeah.
Because it felt like Russell Crowe was doing a reference to your stand-up.
And he could do well by doing that. He'd be doing well to kind of, you know what I mean, give some subtle nods to
Russell Crowe was making fun of Jimmy Carr on a chat show recently, because there were some like interviewer was asking Jimmy Carr why he directed his own stand-up special, and he was saying, I just wanted to do this, that and the other, and thought I could do some interesting things with shot choices, and I thought it would be more creatively exciting for me. And Russell Crowe just goes, Andy wanted to get paid twice.
Nice.
So
Go on,
good.
Crow.
So good.
The only Crow I like.
So good. Have you seen
Russell.
Jimmy Carr? Any of Jimmy Carr's special?
No, I'll tell you. Listen to me right now.
But he's going to get cancelled, Mike. We have to talk about him, otherwise he'll get cancelled.
Yeah, he will get cancelled, won't he? He's just like, this one might get me cancelled. Yeah, it's going to actually, this is, people, get offended, but I'm just trying to tell jokes. It's like, shut the fuck up. I saw him on Diary of a CEO recently, just clips coming up. And his new thing is he's a self-help guru, by the way. That's his new thing.
It's so jarring.
And it's
like weird, your mum jokes guy is now a self-help man.
And then he talks about, thing with stand-up is like, you can always get better. There's always someone that's better than you. So you continue to work on it.
There's quite a lot of people that are better than you, Jimmy.
Surely everyone.
I mean, nearly everyone. And also, I hate that he goes on like Joe Rogan and all these fucking interview shows and talks about like the art of stand-up and it meaning something and it being important. And then he just buys jokes off people.
We know he buys jokes off people. And then on the Diary of a CEO, I was like, people, they're jealous of, my results, where I am in my career, but they're not jealous of what it took to get here. A lot of these people wouldn't want to spend 10 hours writing jokes every day. And I'm like, you didn't write jokes for 10 hours a day. That's not even possible to do.
Yeah.
To keep your mind fertile. Like, that's just
especially
nonsense.
the type of jokes that he writes.
Yeah.
So just, although, chuffed with myself recently, I wrote a joke. Did you ever write a joke just like a proper
I've
this?
Three in my
this
career.
is a joke that like your dad would tell, but it's just so fucking like I was delighted with myself. Do you want to hear my joke? What do you call a man with a dildo in the middle of his face? Fuck knows.
Nice. Surely you're gonna have to close on that. Surely the show will have to close on that, lad. Yeah, that's great.
Good, isn't it?
That's the first time your father is going to be like, you know what, he is good. Like, genuinely, that'll be the first time your family you're like, no,
it's just such a little pub joke.
Does have talent. I literally was told at the weekend, it's incredible. Like, I just like.
Was this at the funeral?
Yeah. Now, the funeral, it was a very tragic thing, so I'm not even going to talk about that at all. But
no, but just while people were talking to you at the...
Yeah, no, just we're talking...
Just being home.
Yeah, just being home. I had an aunt, I can't remember, there's a couple of aunts that came over and just came up to something about my comedy, and my aunt was just like, she's just like, I just hate it. It's like, I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I hate his comedy. So I pointed out, she's like, I hate his comedy. I just do. It just... And look, you have to be honest. So I was like, but no one asked you. You're not... no one asked you. You're not on...
No one's pressing you for your
You're
thoughts.
not on the stand in court. Like, you don't have to. And then I had another aunt who was just like, yeah, no, I wouldn't like it either. And I was just stand there and just be like, yeah. Like, we're in a graveyard right now. How on earth are you bringing...
Yeah, that's just crazy.
But you know what I mean?
That's like they're allowed to think that, and let's be real.
100%.
50 or 60-year-old women is not your target demographic.
No, anyone with decency is not my demographic. But and I get that they don't like it. That's absolute. I wouldn't expect them to. It'd be mental if they were like, you know what I love? That absolute rotten shite you do, calling everyone pedos. Like, that's brilliant. I love that. I can't believe anyone likes it. But it's the, like, at what point is it not mental? Like, if I came up to you and been like, hey, just so you know, I fucking hate your cooking.
Well, that's the thing for them. It's like, this cake you baked for today.
Yeah.
Shite.
I hate it.
Shite. Really bad, actually.
I always hate it. And just like, anyway, you just have to be honest, don't you? Jesus,
it's psychotic, isn't it?
Well, it's just, I just don't. Well, you wouldn't do it. It's just something about comedy. Just people are pissed off you're even doing it.
People are pissed off that you have like the audacity to make a living just fucking around.
Yes. So it really gets up the wrong way. But second thing, it's not on the BBC or it's not on RTE. You're not being forced to watch it. Your taxpayers' money isn't going towards you. You have to seek it out. So I'm not like, do you know what I mean?
It's not being shoved down your letterbox. Like, it's kind of...
Yeah. So I'm like, what in God's green? But like,
stop clicking on it.
But
like,
it happens so much with family things. I just,
But I
used
guess
to get
it's
very
like,
upset about it, but now I but
it's
clearly
still,
I've completely gotten over it.
But it's just so frustrating to just be there like, yeah, I get like,
yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think part of what it is like, look, if somebody works for some fucking, like the number of people I know who now work for like Bombardier, who are like a fucking projectiles company who like make fucking missiles and all for governments and shit. Like, obviously, like similarly valid, like, but not valid is to like walk up to somebody at a family gathering and be like, Joey, he makes these fucking bombs.
Yeah.
I don't like what they do. I don't like that they're landing in fucking villages in the Middle East. I think that's bad. But it's just because it's not like they just go into work, do their little tappity tap on the laptop, and then go home. It never gets like put out anywhere with their fucking name on it.
That's
it's because
right.
it just like it's so what we do. The output of what we do is so fucking like attached to our face.
Very attached to our face, and it's just and it's you know, and I suppose, and I do get like I do honestly get and understand why, for example, my mother, I think they talked back in my early days, I had some jokes that my mother was in the jokes was not really about her, it was just using my mother thing to do some jokes, and that they felt were disrespectful. This is years ago, like there's nothing about my mother in my act the last number of years. So they just kind of, they really dislike me for that as it is, because they thought, you know, but also they're just very conservative religious people who cannot believe I could come from the upbringing I did and say the things that I said.
Yeah, but they just want like good, friendly Christian comedy.
They just don't want comedy at all. You know, that they don't want.
Are they these people? And then that's another thing where you're just like, what the fuck? But if they like, because a lot of them are just like, oh, I like that more old fashioned stuff. You know, like, what's his fucking name from Belfast? You know, the guy sat down with a glass of whiskey.
Dave Allen.
Yeah. You know, like they
wouldn't even like that.
Yeah, probably
they don't
not.
like that, nothing.
But but that's so weird.
Comedy's bad. Laughing's bad.
But like my mum doesn't like stand-up comedy. She doesn't really get it. She's just like whatever. But she's just like chuffed that it's going well.
Yeah.
It's like, come on.
And my mother at this age is chuffed it's going well, and now kind of posits this theory of like, you know, I suppose we did create a creative space. Yeah.
We always nurtured that in you, Michael.
Yeah.
We always nurtured calling people a pedo.
That's right.
We would all gather around. We'd all gather around the radio on a Saturday night.
Yeah.
And go, pedo.
Yeah.
Pedo.
I want to do like, if I had like a trailer for my special, like just me being like, you know, like in backstage and just hearing the faint chants in the crowd. Pedo. You know, and me being back there as if I'm like a serious actor.
It's like you know, Thunderstruck by AC/DC.
Yeah.
Oh, pedo. Pedo.
I mean, the Edinburgh show on the tour.
That's so class.
The Edinburgh Monkey Barrel show I had on the Friday. I had one on Thursday and Friday. They're both great, but the Friday one, I mean, the crowd were just, it was pedomania. Like people were like rabid dogs. Like
was this MB1?
This was MB1, so it was the second show. The first
beside
one,
City Cafe was MB3 downstairs.
The first one was the one we did the pod in.
Yeah. But MB1, you're kind of a bit more in and amongst them.
Oh,
it's a brilliant room.
It's great room. They're both great rooms.
Yeah.
But this one's like a fucking a little, you know, it's like a zoo. Do you know what I mean? People are just fucking crawling the walls. They're eating leaves. They're just... So people just... Like the second I brought up the pedo stuff, just people were... Pedo. Like just waved. Everyone was so on it. And then the guy who'd accused of being a pedo was up. Like just like... Yeah. Like it was just kind of like... It created this weird space of a glorification of pedo. People were admitting to pedophilia. Everyone was cheering. It was... You know, it was wild, but I must say I enjoyed it, and I felt like, you know, a lot of power. But someone chanted pedo at you, did they not?
Yeah, at the very start. What time are we at? Is this going on to the Patreon, or are we?
58.
58. We may plug stuff and then we'll tell all these stories.
I have to talk about my...
We'll talk about the special recording on the Patreon as well, and the London show where someone shouted pedo at me.
Yeah.
Next.
Sick. I have a load of tour stuff to talk about, and I have more to say on the chicken nuggets, but they would think he couldn't possibly have more to say on them. I do. I'll make 10 minutes content out of 30 seconds of things that happened.
Sign up to the Patreon, patreon.com/parenting for an hour extra for as little as £3 a month, because let's be real, we're not making money any other way, are we?
That's right.
But check out NordVPN as well, /parenting.
That's right. So this is coming out when? Not this Thursday, the following Thursday.
Thursday, 2nd of May.
2nd of May. Oh, fucking nice. So, tonight, in fact, I believe I am in Nottingham, which will be sold out because... Oh, no! I'm in Bristol. My second show in Bristol. So there's going to be tickets for that. If you're listening today, Bristol, because we've moved it to a bigger room, the second show. So there's going to be tickets for that, mikericeComedy.com. Also, Cork sold out with Roundy. We've added a second show in Cork on Friday, the 31st of May. Go to that show. There's a few tickets left for Whelan's on the 28th. Big room in Whelan's. Get tickets for that, ye bastards. Obviously, Oman, Derry, like there's loads of tickets, ye spastics. So... cut that out, the last bit. So go to that. Belfast second show we added there is on the fucking Monday, I think the 21st
20th,
or something.
20th.
Huh?
20th.
The 20th, you're looking at it. Nice! 28th, Belfast second show at Limelight. Get tickets, ye bastards. Come on, what the hell? London second show is sold out at George's Tavern. So we're going to add a second show that will be up by now. What?
It's called the George Tavern.
The George Tavern.
It's not called George's.
It's George's Tavern. George owns the fucking tavern. Shut the fuck up. Right? Go. There'll be more. There'll be another show added. MikeRiceComedy.com. So there'll be anyone from London that wants to get tickets. Go check it out. Other than that, Vito.
Europe, I'm coming, bitches. Rotterdam sold out, so we've added an extra show. Amsterdam, I don't know how any of these sales are going. Brussels is sold out, which is absolutely crazy. I don't think the rest of them have sold very well at all. So we have Amsterdam, we have Rome, we have 2 shows in Paris, and we have a show in Barcelona and a show in Zurich. And I would love it if you could come to those and tell your friends if they live in those places and encourage them to come along to the shows.
Oh, also... is your Edinburgh Fringe show out?
Yes, Vittorio, Angelone and friends off the cuff every single day of the Edinburgh Fringe at 10:25 at Monkey Barrel. Just search Vittorio Angelone Fringe on Google and it'll come up. I tried that today.
Mike Rice, nasty character, every day at the Fringe, 5:45 Beehive. Get tickets now, they're already flying. I'm also going to try to do a work in progress show, but it doesn't look good for getting a room right now. But which is going to upset me. But there you go.
That's exciting. And I'm trying to add some extra shows of Who Do You Think You Are? I Am at the Fringe as like one-off kind of yay tour show, polished fun stuff. Great,
Money
lovely.
grab. He's trying to make more money.
And put on a good show for the folks. Mr. fucking work in progress every day. You're doing your tour show every day of the Fringe. I'm suggesting doing it maybe twice.
But I haven't done it.
Money grabbing.
But I haven't done it in Edinburgh yet.
Stupid cunt.
I haven't done the show in Edinburgh yet. So I wouldn't do that.
Patreon.com/parenting.
Get on it.
Speaking of money grabs.
Come on. Right. See you there. Bye bye.